Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and we're just plain living here.
Who says it's just plain?
We ain't just plain.
I'm Peggy Burton. No, I'm just kidding. What made that, y'all do that name of the show, Just
Well,
Plain?
because it's not exceptional, it's not good, it's not bad. It's all of that, and that's just plain living.
Oh, okay.
You know, we're all living, and you take all of it together, and it's a human experience.
And you've got to expect it to be good and bad. And,
Bad and it's all just
win
plain.
some, lose some.
You know, it's just plain living.
Yeah, okay.
It's not good living, bad living. It's just plain living. You know.
All right, I got it.
That's one of my little deals.
Lots of things
Wasn't
happen
a y'all
here.
deal. It was my deal.
It could be a lot plainer, you know, than it is here.
In Tullahoma? Oh, yeah.
Tullahoma has a lot going on.
Sure it does.
There's a lot of talent in Tullahoma. There's wonderful people. There's great sponsors that come
Oh,
in
yeah.
and
Heavens,
do
yes.
a lot. And I mean, this show wouldn't go on without all these sponsors.
That's right. We love them, and you know, now that we're on LightTube, we have a whole lot more access to shows and things that we can put you on. So, and that's given us an opportunity to drop the rates a little bit.
Good.
And you know, give us a call. Give me a call, 931-581-5238, or go to John Gray, Jon. That's H-less John.
H-less John.
Jon, Gray, at Peahead, Peahead, TV.com.
And take a look.
Or text me, or we're at 207 North Jackson Street, right in between Tri-County Bank and Roper's Lawnmower, and the door in the back says, walk-ins welcome.
Right.
Come on in, talk about it. You want to be on TV, we'll put you on TV.
Yeah.
We'll come to your business and do something. We'll stream something live.
And if you don't know where any of those places are, we're across the street from First Christian.
First
aren't
Christian
we?
Church is on the corner.
And
Traders Bank
Traders
is on the
Bank
other
is
corner.
on the other corner. There's
City Hall's on the other corner.
Is City Hall gonna? Are we going to get a new City Hall?
They're talking about it doesn't need to be rebuilt, because you can tear it down and build it back cheaper. And you can fix it.
Because at least you have the land.
It leaks, and it doesn't have the type of wiring it needs, and you know, we're ready for a new City Hall. And
Well, I hope it comes
you
through.
know, every now and then you got to build a building.
I believe it'll happen.
Well, it will sooner or
Yeah.
later.
I know.
I hope it's sooner than later.
I hope it's sooner than later. That's
You know,
right.
so that's another reason to look at, you know, there's a lot of discussion going on about the complex that they're looking at building out on the ballparks, and I just don't think that's going to happen, because there's too many people saying no. We don't want our ballparks that we've used for 60 years
Turned into something else.
turned into something else, and then we'd have to go build more ballparks somewhere.
What was the something else it was going to turn into? I didn't.
Well,
I didn't read
Arnold
that.
Center is the only military base named after a general that doesn't have a library and a museum and a business center.
Yeah.
And so we have a group that's trying to get that built, and I'm for it 100%. But why in the world would you take a baseball field and football fields that thousands of kids use and brings in thousands of people into town to play games there from out of town, who spend money in our hotels, buy gas, buy food, go shopping?
Right.
When the Arnold Center has 40 some odd thousand acres of land out there.
So you're thinking it should
Build
be
it right
built
there.
out there.
You know, when you go on Wattendorf Highway, you make that turn, go by
The funeral home.
the funeral home, and you make a turn, sweep to the right, and right there's monuments that are about Arnold Center out there. Take a piece of that property right there and build it right there.
That would be a good place
You got
for a
all the
museum.
property in the world to build it on.
It would be nice to have a humongously big museum in Tullahoma.
Well, and also it's going to be a education center for people who come, engineers and stuff, who come to study at UTSI and Arnold Center. Plus, it's going to have a huge banquet hall. which we don't have in
which we don't
Tullahoma.
have, and there's
A
a
need,
huge amount of history
yes,
oh,
waiting.
to be revealed. And you know, we have that museum at South Jackson, but it's small.
And it's overflowing with stuff.
Exactly, and
And
important stuff.
all the photographs that came out of Couch's store that Bob Couch took of Arnold Center when it was being built, and all of those thousands of
Is all that
photographs.
at, is all that at South Jackson
I
Performing
think
Arts
most all
Center?
of it is now, yeah.
Okay.
So,
He was a phenomenal,
yeah, he was a
phenomenal historian.
phenomenal guy,
Yeah.
phenomenal guy.
To-
You know, we had a bunch of rain. It rained.
Tell me
and
about it.
it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and it rained, and then it rained some more.
And it rained some more, and my swimming pool is blowing over.
But we didn't, north of us, up around Beach Grove.
Oh, it got hammered.
It got damaging up there. That tornado came up.
Shannon lives there, and I think her driveway needs redoing and all kind of stuff. It was just powerful.
Very powerful.
And we were very lucky.
Very
or
lucky
at least
not
I
to have
was.
that.
I don't know. Well, I had the rain, but I don't about the winds and everything.
No, we had wind, but not much.
I heard the sirens going off, and my road was closed. It was a scary sort of thing.
You know, it's funny where we live out by Vocal Lake, you don't realize how close that is to the railroad track coming up out of Normandy.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times at night I'll be sleeping and I can hear that train. You know, because it takes a lot of power to get it up the
And
hill.
does it muffle the sirens that?
Up the hill, and so the other night, Fran said, I think wind's coming, you know, it sounds like a train. That's what tornado's supposed to sound like. And I said, you know what, it sounds like a train? She
Go
said,
ahead.
why? I said, because it was a train.
It just kind
Well,
of
with all
confuse you,
that
doesn't
moisture,
it?
you know, with all that moisture in the air and everything,
Yeah.
the sound stays down on the ground. And
Right.
so the sound was even louder than normal.
Sometimes there's something haunting about a train sound.
Oh, it is, there is.
You know,
But one thing that this time of year brings about, particularly on a sunny day like today, is it's time to go in the garage, pull out a sack, pull the covers off of the clubs, and shine up your golf clubs.
there you go.
It's golf playing time. This is something I wrote, in 20. That'd be 2020, not 1920, because I wasn't
Yeah,
around.
2020.
It's called Hunting Some Golf. I got 14 sticks in a Naugahyde sack, matching head covers autographed by Jack. Titleist on the tee, McGregor's is what I swing. Hips explode like Elvis, baby, I'm the king. So every spare minute that I have off, I'm out in the short grass hunting some golf. I don't search for big bucks or squirrels in the tree. I'd trade a trophy bass for just one birdie. Chasing a little white truant with no fur or feathers, no matter the season, no matter the weather, no antlers on the wall, no fish in the freezer, no trophies on the shelf. I don't have them either. Yes, I hunt some golf, that's what I like to do. Never cared to learn to cast or shoot. Don't need a boat or a truck to haul my kill. Just some clubs, a course, and a little bit of skill. A great drive, a long putt, a wedge close to the pin. No matter how bad I'll score, I'll always go back again, hunting some golf. Although I'm not very good, I can't resist the call. I'll keep hunting some golf till I lose my last ball.
That's great. That's Ralph would
So
appreciate
that's for all
that.
you golfers out
Yeah.
there.
That's awesome. It is. Golf is a great sport.
Oh, it is a great sport.
It's good for your body. You know, you don't have to labor over working out all the time, but it's good for your bodybuilding.
And of course, everybody rides around in a golf cart now, but the only way to play good golf is to walk. That's why pros still walk.
Yeah.
It gives you time in between shots to figure out how mad you are or how happy you are. And put it aside because the next shot.
I think it's an amazing talent to aim at some little hole in the ground and get close, even close.
And Ralph, your husband was a very good golfer,
He was
wasn't
a
he?
fabulous golfer.
And loved to play.
He had played since he was about 8th grade because he was picking up golf balls on the golf course.
That's when
at
I
the
started,
country
8
club
years
in
old.
Kingsford. Yeah, he loved it, and luckily because he worked on the golf course, they let him play for free. That's one of the reasons he wanted to do it. But yes, he was wonderful. He
Yeah.
won a lot of trophies.
Still got him?
Still got them. They're lined up somewhere. But it's not about the trophies. It's about the camaraderie
No, trophy,
and playing the game. And it's beautiful on a golf course. And if the weather is nice, you couldn't be in a better place.
Well, and that's one place you can go by yourself and get inside your own head, and you don't need anybody else there.
Right.
You're one against the course.
It's a little more fun, I
You're
guess.
not really
but,
playing against somebody. You're playing that grass.
I guess you're playing against yourself often.
Always.
Yeah, always. Yeah. It's
Always trying to beat the last score. That's why this says, about the time you played a horrible round and you've not had any fun, right toward the end you'll have a great drive. You'll make a long putt, or you'll hit a great wedge shot close to the pin.
right.
And that's all you need to go back again.
That's right.
That
That's
erases
true.
all that bad
Yeah,
stuff.
it makes you feel good. Actually, it's like runners or dancers or singers or guitar players. Everybody needs something that puts their head somewhere besides all their troubles and all the crap
sure.
that goes on in life,
And there is nothing that does that better than music.
Well, probably. I feel that
Music.
way.
Music can change your whole attitude in an instant.
That's why God made birds,
Oh yeah.
Birds are all about music.
And those little mockingbirds are showing up.
Yeah.
I heard one, and they just talk.
They're showing up and showing out.
They are. Robin Redbreast is out there. Cardinals are starting to show up.
I know. I feel bad I don't have any bird feeders out there. I should put some out,
Both of
I
mine, the
guess.
wind got both of mine. I got to go rehang them.
I was almost afraid to go outside the next morning. I thought probably all my chairs and things around the pool had broken
Down in the road.
top of the pool cover. But I didn't seem to have any damage. I didn't see any trees down or anything like that.
Yeah.
But there was a tree down on the back road.
Oh, there was
So
a
I'm
lot of
sure they
wind
were,
in other places.
I could sort of hear it howling. Anyway, I hope everybody's survived
So we're into Easter season.
very soon.
And I
your
want
bunnies
to
out.
next couple of weeks I'll read out of my Easter omnibus, and that is a collection of poetry that I wrote about Easter, because I love Easter, my favorite holiday.
your favorite?
Everybody writes Christmas stuff. Nobody writes Easter stuff. So I wrote the first one, which is the two pieces of wood, which is about the cross, the Easter through the eyes of the cross. And then I thought, well, that's in the middle of the whole deal.
Yeah.
So you need to write some other stuff.
So you added some stuff?
Yeah. So the first one is of Burrow and Boughs. That's what I'll read today. Lord Jesus journeyed toward Jerusalem. The time for his sacrifice had finally come. He humbly marched to no fanfare or drum. The burden that he bore left his body numb. So weary from travel he could hardly go, so he sent to Bethpage for a young burro. Christ crawled on its back and slowly went on as the word of his coming spread like the dawn. When he reached the city, a crowd lined the streets, waving palm branches, throwing boughs at his feet. They searched for a Messiah to save them from Rome, but he was their path to their heavenly home. Triumphant, he entered on an animal as the animal trod. Triumphant, he ascended to the right hand of God. Of burrow and boughs, I spin this tale about a heavenly gift that followed a trail set forth by the Father, whose will would be done to secure our salvation through his only Son, who came to Jerusalem to make good God's vow, riding a burro on a carpet of boughs.
That's nice, John.
So we'll have another one next week. We'll be back after these messages.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna pick your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna pick your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer cough strips.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure?
I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited today to have one of my favorite girls in here, Sandy Sebring, and she has a young man with her that has a wonderful story, and I'm going to pitch it to Sandy right now and let her introduce him and get us started with this interview.
Okay, fine. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
It's such a pleasure to be here today.
Always,
and I thank
with
you
you.
for having this time.
Sure.
It's my pleasure to introduce Caden Davis. He was a 2024 graduate from the Coffee County Central High School, and he is a recipient of the Veterans Memorial Scholarship. And as we interviewed and got to know Caden, we were really impressed with his passion for his career field. It just energized us to hear him talk and his excitement. And he's gone on to be a freshman now at Mississippi State University in Starkville, Mississippi, doing very well. And I just was delighted that he had time during his spring break to come and tell us a little bit about his career plans. So, Caden, we'd like you to share a little bit with us. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all very much both for having me. And as she said, I am a current Mississippi State freshman student majoring in professional and broadcast meteorology, which covers a dream I have followed ever since I was the age of 3. And I tell you, like, just knowing that I had to jump out of state to follow my dreams was really daunting from the very start, but this passion has always stuck with me, and I am very blessed to be where I am today, and I am truly enjoying every single second at Mississippi State.
Well, Caden, that's a you know, used to the weatherman would stand up there and they'd say this, that, or the other, but that's a very complex job now with all the Doppler and the radars and the different stuff, and of course the screen. 100%. Which used to be they would draw circles on the national map, you know, now has touch screens with the different things that go on. But the meteorologists now are people that are educated in that job instead of somebody that was just working at the television station that had a good face and a good voice that they pitched in there to do the best they could. Because you had to go out of state to find the type of course study that will get you where you want to go, right?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
So there was nothing in the state of Tennessee.
No, sir. Not a single school in the state of Tennessee offered a course in meteorology.
And what all does that take entail to do that? If you would give us a little help here.
Absolutely. So, of course, there are a lot of core weather classes that go into meteorology because, of course, you can't become a meteorologist without knowing the weather. But through these first couple years of my college experience, there's a lot of math involved. I have to take 4 calculus courses, 2 physics courses, a chemistry course, and I will say those courses are not for the faint of heart. They are not the easiest courses to take.
Calculus and physics, I had them both, and you're exactly correct.
They are not fun. I'm having a bit of beef with them right now, but it's just looking forward to what's to come, and for whatever connects true with meteorology, I am willing to take any single step it takes.
Well, you're a very nice-looking young man.
Appreciate you.
And I think that also makes a difference in securing a spot in front of that camera. It's always a good thing.
It's a good
and just seeing you for a little bit, you have a outgoing personality, which is something else that's necessary for that.
I appreciate you.
I'd ask you a question. Are we getting ready to have a big storm this weekend?
Well, we are definitely looking at a bit of a cold front moving in later on this weekend, and for how warm it's been, and I can say how warm it's been because I've been fishing all week, enjoying all that, but we are definitely looking at some unstable weather moving into the area, a couple lines of storms likely moving in between early Saturday and even Saturday night, and even the slight chance of it extending into early at the crack of dawn Sunday morning, and there is definitely the possibility for some strong winds and hail to be associated with that, with a tornado not being ruled out. But we are most likely looking at late tonight, most of tomorrow, and most of tomorrow night.
And tomorrow night.
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Now, when for the old guy who's going, well, let's see what it looks like, what's getting ready to happen, and you turn on weather and hit radar. And I look on my screen, and there ain't nothing coming.
Exactly. That's what makes weather really tricky. I mean, I was just on there earlier, like not even 20 minutes ago, and there's not a single storm in sight. There was one little tiny belt of rain to the west, but nothing in sight, and that's
So-
just what makes weather unpredictable.
How do they show? I'm a Channel 4 watcher. Been watching Channel 4 for years, forever, and that's my chosen channel. And they show all this stuff already coming. They show exactly what it's going to look like on Friday and Saturday. Well, with nothing out there to look at, how they know that?
Between the changes of the forecasted weather, there's a lot of times pressure changes, and of course, one of the biggest influences to changing weather are temperature changes, and that's one thing big we're looking at this weekend is the sharp drop from the upper 70s, pleasant weather we are having today, with breezy winds to temperatures possibly dropping to the lower 30s on Sunday night. And this sharp change will definitely bring some unstable weather. There's moisture from the Gulf rising up. Just all of this convergence will really contribute to this severe weather very well.
So we need to get our flowers cut and bring them in and enjoy them because the weather is going to probably plummet them before the weekend is over. I just was amazed at his passion. And haven't you shadowed Danielle Breezy on Channel 2?
Yes, ma'am. I was able to do that last December, and I can still say it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Yeah, that's the one I watch, Channel 2 usually.
Yeah, okay.
And when he said that and a couple of other things last year when we were talking with him, all three of us that met Caden, we get excited about him talking about his future career. And so I just felt like he was a prime example to come in and see how a scholarship of $2,000 from the Veterans Memorial does benefit, and how happy we are to be able to give that to our graduating students. And this year we will again give 3 students the gift of scholarships.
And there's not a school tied to that. That's for their choice.
Not. It is strict. They must be have a descendant that was a veteran, and that all comes out in their papers that they turn in.
Sure.
And then we talk with them, and they're all great. It's really, really hard. But I'll have to tell you, he just kind of popped up, and we felt like that there was just something special about the fact that he knew what he wanted to do. So many young people don't know, and they go to college and they might graduate and still not know. And so it's a pleasure to talk to someone who is so focused on his career field. And so
well, and that's one thing. That's one thing I told my son when he went to college. I said, buddy, when you come out of there, you need to have 2 pieces of paper. One's a degree from the college, and another one's the paper that says what specialty you were educated in.
Exactly.
And not a general English or general this or that or the other. You need that other piece of paper that says, I'm a meteorologist, or I'm a physical therapist, or I'm a doctor, or whatever. That other piece of paper is what gets you down the road.
Exactly.
And how do you find things in Starkville, Mississippi? Did you ever go to Starkville, Mississippi before this?
No, sir. I don't think we've ever been to Mississippi, really, prior to this.
Oh, now, they got some good fishing in Mississippi.
Oh, they have a lot. Everywhere you look, there's a pond, and I still have yet to fish most of them, but I am very much so looking forward to trying that.
You'll get there. You'll get there.
Absolutely.
Well, and you were talking about, one thing I want to bring up right now is because Caden's on spring break and he'll be back in school next week, we're filming this on Friday before the show that we do on Tuesday. So we're talking about weather that will be gone by the time this show airs.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just want to get them to realize, just to get a little info on him and how he's not only already learning but understands what's going on. I wanted to ask these questions, and of course we're ahead of time of what'll be happening next Tuesday. Hopefully the hail and tornadoes are gone.
Exactly.
is Mississippi, that area in there, a lot of tornadoes come through that area. You know, there used to be a tornado alley.
So I kid you not, I've been in Starkville none out of the 2 times in this past year there were actually tornado warnings issued there, which I love. I've always wanted to storm chase tornadoes too. So that was disappointing for me, but Mississippi is directly in Tornado Alley, in the area where they get quite a few, and there's been quite a bit of action there this year already. And henceforth why Starkville has already had 2 tornado warnings there this year. And granted, they were small tornadoes that were just radar indicated, but still very active area for tornadoes.
Yeah, so that's a good place for you to be, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Between there and the Midwest, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when I was in school, and at the University of Tennessee, I was taking a class in land formation. And we were talking about how sometimes you go down a river, you're a fisherman.
Yes, sir.
And you'll be going down a river and it looks like you're going uphill.
Exactly.
Because of the way the stone is on the side of the, on the side of the river makes you think, well, now I'm going uphill, but you're really not. You're floating downhill.
Exactly.
And so the teacher said, we were talking about that, and he said, land formation has a whole lot to do with what weather does.
Very, very true.
Because rain seeks the low areas to pick up water from lakes and rivers and streams. And he said, there's a little town in Middle Tennessee that most of y'all probably never even ever heard of called Tullahoma. And he said, that is the least likely place to ever have a tornado because you have to come uphill from every direction to get to Tullahoma. And a lot of the storms that we see will either go down in between Tullahoma and Winchester through Estill Springs and they're following low ground. They don't climb up hilltops. But when you get on top of Tullahoma, it looks like a volcano, where it's blown off the top half of the mountain. If one ever comes off Swanee and lands up here, we're done. It'll just go around in a circle till it wipes everything out. But
oh goodness.
Well, listen, it's been a pleasure to have you here. I'm glad to understand that I think math is very important to the world in general. It sort of gets left behind a little bit.
I 100% agree.
Under the side of what's happening. But it's I'm a music person, and of course music's all math.
Yeah, exactly.
And but I'm glad to hear that you're taking the courses you are, because you can look at how the wind's going, how the temperature's going, and you do the math on all of that, and you can create those storms coming just because of the math and the information that you have.
Exactly.
And so I'm sure that's why you're taking that much math and everything.
Exactly. It's all about the fundamentals, and it's stuff that I am still very much so trying to understand, but it's connecting those fundamentals that you connect the concepts of physics, the concepts of calculus, and they all bind together to create what we are able to forecast today. And much of that is still stuff that I have yet to know and that I am very eager to learn to clear a lot of my confusion.
I love that. When I was through with calculus, I wasn't eager for anything except to go home.
I am right there too.
Caden, thank you, buddy.
Hey,
and
yes,
I know that one of the biggest thanks you want to give is turn to that lady right over there and thank her, because without her, maybe you wouldn't have the possibility of doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
And following your
very
dream,
much so.
Following your dream.
Exactly. And that's Ms. Sebring, thank you very much truly for everything. You have been the biggest help to my career. And this is, like I said, this is a career I've chased since I was 5 years old. And
I would like to mention that this year, the Memorial Day service will be May the 23rd at History Park at 11 o'clock in the morning. And we invite the community to join us as we honor and remember our veterans. And we will dedicate new pavers, and we'll also recognize the 3 students, one from Moore County, one from Tullahoma High School, and one from Coffee County Central, that will this year receive the scholarship awards. And that's how we came to know Caden, and we hope everybody will join us on the 23rd. And so thank you for being here today.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
Thank you all
right.
for having
Thank
me.
both of you for being here, and you particularly. For all
It's my pleasure.
for all the good deeds and the good things you do in this
Well,
community.
you're so kind.
You are a spark plug that I hope never quits firing.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We'll be back after these messages.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stop to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For many senior citizens, life looks like this, but it doesn't have to. When you make your home at Parkview Senior Living, life after retirement takes on a whole new meaning. Daily exercise options, fun outings, happy hour, game nights, movies and popcorn, arts and crafts, enjoying friends over chef-prepared meals. Parkview Senior Living, where you're always home, but you're never home alone.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer golf group.
So you've been meaning to do something healthy, commune with nature, get outdoors and meet new people. We have the perfect solution. Come hike with us. You can find a Tennessee Trails Association chapter near you, including Clarksville, Columbia Franklin, Highland Rim, Jackson, Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Memphis, Murfreesboro, Nashville, Plateau at Crossville, and Upper Cumberland. We're on the web at TennesseeTrails.org. It's fun, it's stress-free, and it's good for you. See you on the trails.
I've got my favorite fitness man with me today, Mr. Keller.
Yes.
I kept wanting to call you Killer Keller.
Killer Keller.
But this is Bill Keller, and he is, if you remember when he was on our show the last time, he had just won a competition at 80 years old in fitness, right?
In fitness.
Number
a
one.
bodybuilding competition.
Awesome. I know.
I had to get this body in shape to stand up on a stage in front of 300 people, an 80-year-old body trying to show up. It was fun. I had a blast, man.
And you did a great job, and I'm so proud of you because I how long have I known you? When you first came?
Oh, yes, sir. Yeah,
to Oklahoma,
yes.
And you decided you were going to sing, and we had singing classes, and then you decided, well, I'm just going to be a fitness person. And there you go. Well, tell us a little bit about what you want to do with your fitness plan.
My goal from the very beginning, I said I want to expose myself. I want to expose this to as many people, as many seniors as I possibly can. And the best way to do that would be to speak to large groups of people. Well, I didn't know exactly how I was going to do this, but it's all falling in place now. So I've written my talk. I'm going to take the talk out and volunteer my time to senior places in the area. And it's about a 30 to 40 minute motivational, informative, educational talk that I hope people will enjoy. And
I think they will, and I think they would be excited knowing that you didn't look that unfit when I first met you, but you didn't look like you look now.
And that's amazing and it keeps getting better. Peggy, that's the amazing thing. It just keeps getting better. I ask myself, I know it'll stop someday. I mean, it will all go away someday, and but that's not today, it appears, or at least not at the moment. And so I just...
I think it's important. One of the things you told me that I was so impressed with, you don't have to be able to stand up and run and walk or whatever. There's fitness at every level of physical condition, correct?
Right, absolutely. I had the privilege of actually helping a person who couldn't really speak, had about 4 or 5 serious strokes. It was seat belted into a wheelchair. I had to have seatbelt and really couldn't communicate. But I trained him and worked with him, and within a few months, going from like this, he was able to stand in front of one of those bars, those wall bars, and pull himself up from his wheelchair and stand there for a few seconds. And he could do that as many as 10 or 12 times.
That's wonderful.
And you could tell when we were going over, and I said, Bill, we're going to go over and we're going to do some standing, and you could tell he changed. He loved it. He loved it. The fact that he could actually move and do something. And
he saw success and he saw a chance to grow, and I think if you can keep that spark in your head, I can do it, that you can do it. And you do a lot of chair exercises, I think, right?
I do. I teach a chair exercise class, and I have for a couple of years now, Parks and Recreation. But chair exercises are you don't really have to even get up to do them. You can, for instance, if you have an exercise where you stand and do something, if you can't stand, just move your feet.
Move your feet. We should be moving our feet as we sit here.
Yeah. It's just anything to move your body. Your body actually wants to move. It really wants to move, and our bodies will respond. This is the amazing thing I've found, is that our bodies will respond, our bodies and minds will respond to any reasonable request we make of them. That's just the way we work. And our bodies and our minds actually, I think, really want a challenge. Because we're so adaptable, we'll adapt to a challenge.
Exactly.
And it just takes time, and it's subtle, and takes consistency. Consistency is the key to anything, Peggy.
It is.
Anything at all is consistent. You taught me to sing, and it took me. I appreciate it.
It does, and it's something your mama can't do. You got to do it, and keep at it.
Right.
Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. That's what makes you successful at everything. I think
exercise is not for. It's not for well, you can set short-term goals and everything, but trust me, exercise and eating well are for life.
I'm glad you brought that up. And I always ask a doctor when I go to a doctor, is there things I need to eat that would make my eyes better or make whatever better? I think there is. I think there is. Nutrition plays a huge role in a person's physical condition.
Right. It certainly does. Here's an interesting thing, just body-wise. I was in decent shape when a couple of years ago I decided that's when I really started dedicating myself and changing, consistently changing the diet to the better. But I forgot where I was going there, Peggy.
Well, that's all right. In your diet is lots of water.
Well, that's what I was going to mention yesterday.
Okay.
Lots of water, and as we get older, we need more water. But and again, I forgot exactly where I was going.
I probably did it.
And I apologize.
I probably geared you off.
But my body, I got my body in shape, but it wasn't until just subtle things. It wasn't until I changed my diet and began eating a lot better that I got a six-pack. The contour of my body changed much greater than just working out. So exercise and nutrition, good eating habits are really
the key.
Really key. They go together.
I think people out there are going to wonder, like, if you're going to do some free classes, do you have any set up yet, like where people might come and see you?
I do them at Parks and
or how they?
I have a class Monday and Wednesday at 10 o'clock at Parks and Recreation, D.W. Wilson, and I've been teaching that for a couple of years, and I just it's a class about 15 people.
Yeah.
And we have a great time. And they've all been consistent. They've
Wonderful.
all been the same faces are there every day, and they're doing great. And they're anywhere from in their 60s to their 90s.
Awesome.
I have one member that's she's 96, I believe. And it's just precious just to watch her. She'll just stand there and move, pick the weights up and down, and stand and sit.
Yeah, that's great.
And she.
Now this TV show goes to several counties. You might tell them where that is in case they wanted to come.
D.W. Wilson.
Right.
Oh, it's here in Tullahoma. I'm sorry, here in Tullahoma. Yeah. D.W. Wilson Community Center.
Now, if somebody in McMinnville, for instance, would like to have you come into an organization and do some classes, are you willing to go that far?
I would love to.
How do they find you?
Well,
are you on the web?
I do have a Facebook page. It's William Harrison Keller.
Okay.
So I didn't have a cute little nickname.
You're right.
So I decided I would use that. But I have a Facebook page, and certainly you can get in touch with me that way.
William Harrison Keller.
Keller, yes. Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of Kellers, and people could find you, I think. And I think that you're willing to go to any group around Tullahoma, especially because you live here.
Absolutely, yes.
And Manchester, it's not that far.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
The same talk I'm going to I'm going to volunteer my time to give is a talk that I'm going to do. It's a wellness class I'm going to host for Senior Planet, which is part of AARP, and it's going to be April 4th at 1:30 Eastern, it would be 12:30 Central here, and it's going to be just basically exactly what I would take to any organization or
right
to talk. Yeah.
And will that be on TV?
Actually, I'm sorry. It's a Zoom call. So if you will go to Senior Planet, you'll see that they have a list of classes. This is a beautiful organization, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a group of people over 60 that have gotten together to try to offer services and classes and information to people over 60 so that to improve and make their lives better.
Something that went through my head since you're volunteering, I wonder if the jails ever let anyone come in and motivate prisoners who are wanting to do better.
That's a great idea. I love it because, the people that they're there need to know that someone thinks about them.
Right, and that might just change their whole way of life.
Well, and when you mentioned that, I'm going to go up to the VA because I'm a vet, and the VA up in Murfreesboro is huge, and they have thousands and thousands of people up there. And I would like to volunteer.
That would be wonderful.
To sit down with a group and talk to them. And I'm particularly interested in older folks because
right.
We're the thing is people. 90% of the senior population, people 60 and over, have at least one chronic illness, and 80% have two or more. And the thing is, most of these chronic illnesses are either their exercise and good eating habits will either help prevent the chronic illnesses or help with the maintenance.
I agree. Absolutely, I agree. And it's, like I have heart disease, and there's certain things I just don't ever eat. I have not a perfect diet, but I know what I can eat.
Well, that's the thing, a perfect diet. I love to do things. I love to get out. I love to sing and dance and be active and take a big bite out of life. And so there are times, a couple a month that I'll have more than a couple drinks in a night, and just enjoy myself. And I found when I tried to cut my sugar back that I'm addicted to sugar, man.
A lot of people are.
Oh, and I didn't realize it.
What about artificial sugar? It's like Splenda and those things.
Well, I really don't know much about them. I just know that they're sometimes they're a better substitute than sugar.
Or even honey.
Honey? Yeah, I use a lot of honey.
I do too.
Probably use more than I should, but I love it.
I still have honey that my father got out of the, whatever you call them, the places where honey is. I still have some, I still have some.
Wow.
Made from our own bees and flowers and whatever. But anyway, I didn't mean to get you off track.
Oh, no, I've had people that
But I just feel like honey is a safer sweet than...
It seems to be to me.
Yeah.
So.
And nobody wants diabetes. It's a hard thing to conquer.
Oh, absolutely. And exercise and good eating habits can lessen the chance of getting diabetes,
right.
Of course, and they can be used to maintain certain types of diabetes. Exercise and nutrition it can even help prevent a number of
physical
cancer problems.
I believe that. I do.
From colon, breast, bladder, just a whole list.
A whole list of things, and I worry about stuff that's put into food, processed food. I think that we, some people will only eat organic, and I admire that, and it's a little more expensive.
Yeah.
But if you eat a little less food, it can help you both ways. So,
That's true. Yeah.
So, Bill, I would love to hear you talk forever, but we have a certain amount of time, and I admire you so much. Oh my goodness, if I was that fit, I would just feel so good. I try to be fit, but I'm not fit like you are.
You're doing fine, man.
But anyway, what's your next leap from after you do a lot on physical fitness? Do you have another thing you're going to start to do?
Well, I stand-up comedy. It seems to be stand-up comedy, man. That seems to be a good. I'd love to do that. I would love to do it. And as a matter of fact, I would like to make humor a part of my talk.
Because humor is good for you. Also, it's healthy. There's a place in California I read that you could go in and just join a laughing class, and because I heard this guy interviewed, and he said, "That's nuts. That's not going to work." And then he said, "But I decided I'd go." And he said, "I went inside and I could hear people going," and finally it just got hysterical. And he got hysterical. And he said he felt like he would unloaded the world's problems.
Oh, that's great.
And
That's
so the humor is a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Bill, we're going to have to cut this off.
I see.
And I hope you want to come back.
Oh, I certainly do.
And,
keep you informed.
You want to? Do you need to give them a phone number?
Well, I can. I would be happy to. My cell phone number is 469-494-0890, and I would love to speak to any group of people.
Or William Harrison Keller, and so now they're going to close us off. So I'm going to say goodbye and come back
Thank
soon.
you. Okay.
This place, where you grew up, where your memories were made, and where your dreams were born, where your neighbors stopped to say hello, and where you're always welcome to stay a while, where your Fridays are spent under the lights, and where Saturdays are made for the water, where you can feel good about a hard day's work and take pride in a job well done, where small business makes a big impact, and home is always a sight for sore eyes. And where the best things in life, well, the best things in life are the little things. Tullahoma Utilities Authority. Power in community.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's chamber time, and our girl is here, and what's going on?
Well, we have lots of things happening, as always.
That's what you were telling me. This is the time of year, to me, that's really exciting because it's spring, and everybody's, coming back to life, and there's so many wonderful things taking place, and y'all are right in the middle.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. You know that.
We have, coming up on Monday, March 31st, we have our Taste of Tullahoma and Business Expo, which is becoming a very popular family-friendly event here in Tullahoma. And so that event is actually sponsored by Coffee County Bank and Master of Ceremonies. It's going to be Monday, March 31st from 4 to 7 p.m. So $15, and you get to sample your favorite local restaurants, maybe try something new. We'll have some beverage distributors on hand, and so lots of fun. And then children 12 and under are free.
And there's music.
Yep, we will have a DJ and a photo booth, And then there will be lots of door prizes given out. So it's a really fun event.
We, I don't want to ask you something, but you probably know this, and if you don't, it's okay.
Okay.
How many restaurants do we have in Tullahoma? About 80? Something like that.
Counting the chain restaurants?
Yeah, counting all of them. I mean, I count them when I count them. I even count gas stations because a lot of gas stations have a lot of good food.
I would ballpark between 50 and 60.
Yeah. And we have new ones coming all the time.
Yes. Yes, we
Panera
do.
Bread's coming in out
That's
here.
right.
I'm excited about that.
Yes, yeah, every new edition is great. And, but the good news is you can, there's just such a variety. And you can try them all at the Taste, or try a lot of them at the Taste of Tullahoma.
And that's a great network day.
Oh, yes.
Afternoon.
Yes, yes.
Because there's a lot of our nonprofits are out there doing, showing what they do for the community and everything like that. So.
Yes, and the event's going to take place at the Tennessee National Guard Armory, and so on Highway 55. And again, for us, what we love is the family aspect. We love to see all the families come in year after year, and so it's going to be a great event.
Are there kids' activities?
Oh, yep. So it's weather permitting, we'll have a bounce house. And then there's usually giveaways for the kids. The kids love the swag. They love picking up the little tchotchkes.
Getting their swag bag.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So there will
great.
be lots of swag to be had at the event as well.
It's amazing what a little bitty flashlight that big means to a kid.
Yes.
They can get under the cover at night and turn it on and have all kinds of things going on where mom thinks they're sleeping.
Well, we have 3 children, 16, 9, and 3, and they all love giveaways, in their respective age groups, and so
16,
9, and
9, and 3.
Yes, we're in all the seasons of life all at the same time.
Do the big ones love that little one?
Oh, yeah, they're the best. They great helpers.
Big brothers, sisters, or what?
Big brother and big sister. Yep.
Oh well, you can't beat that.
Boy, girl, boy. Mm-hmm.
And the little one's a boy.
Yep.
He'll be rotten.
He's cherished.
Oh, cherished. Is that what?
They're all cherished. They are all cherished. But
Mom says.
But they enjoy Taste of Tullahoma. They love to come too, and so like I said, it's a lot of fun. We know that City Sandwich will join us, Emil's will join us, the seafood place is going to join us, and so many of people's local favorites will be there. And so
we are really blessed with a great mix of food in this town.
Yes. Yep.
And 2, I think we have one getting ready to open down right here soon. Wawa Greek
in the downtown area. Yes.
And you were telling me, and I think this is wonderful, that group was a food truck.
Well, it was
possibly.
I think yes. I think.
But I think to go from a food truck to a brick and mortar is a big step, is a wonderful step.
Yes. We've seen that transition happen. Walnut Hill in Franklin County started as a coffee truck, and now look at the great business that they have. And so I think that it's a great way to test the market and test your business and expand.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So what's next after that?
Well, after Taste of Tullahoma, we have our Spring Chamber Classic. So for all the golfers out there, that's going to take place on Friday, April 11th, and that's sponsored by First Vision Bank. And even if you're not a golfer, there's opportunities to just spend what we are going to call the most perfect spring day on the golf course at Lakewood Golf and Country Club.
We're praying for that right now.
Yes, we're just already speaking it into existence, and it's going to be a beautiful day.
Of course it is. And
we call it chamber weather.
Chamber weather.
Yes.
So I know that there'll be volunteers around with food and snacks and drinks and everything, cruising around to where everybody that's on the golf course will be well fed and well watered and just don't have to worry about a thing but having fun.
Yep. I mean, it is a great volunteer opportunity for anybody who's looking to engage and get involved. Like I said, there's something, we always have opportunity. So anybody who's looking to get involved, there's always opportunity. Come see us and we'll put you to work.
Very good, very good. And then another very important event in May is
Women Impacting the Community. And so it'll be the 10th year of that great event. And so that's sponsored by SmartBank. They've been a long time sponsor of that event. And this is a chance for us to honor and celebrate women in 4 categories: business, community service, education, and lifetime achievement. And so, yes, we've been hosting this event for 10 years, and we've had the honor and privilege to celebrate many women, but there are so many more to celebrate and lift up their achievements. So nominations are open now.
Women Impacting the Community.
That's right. You're going to ask me when we're going to do Men Impacting the Community?
'Tis a puzzlement. How does the young lady who was in charge of Women Impacting the Community be voted as a woman that impacted the community? You're impacting this community as much as anybody I can think of in a long time.
Well, that's very kind of you to say, but really it's our turn to celebrate other women.
I know.
But I am a previous recipient before I took my position.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yes, I won in community service in 2016.
Very good.
Before I came on board with the chamber.
Enough said.
Yes, but thank you so much.
Well, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
but I thought if there's a way,
that's very kind.
you need to be able to step aside and
That's very kind.
get one of those awards, which you've received.
Yes,
that.
and so
I'm remiss
get,
in not knowing that.
I get the exciting part to surprise them at
Oh,
the
yeah.
event.
Oh,
So that's
yes.
always a lot of fun. Most of the events that we host where we hand out awards, it's kind of like trying to get people to their own surprise party.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
While secretly trying to get their bio and their background to write a speech and hope that you didn't forget anything.
And their friends and family
Yes,
not to
and
run their mouth.
Well, and to get their friends and family there. And so that's the best way I can describe it. It's like trying to get that many people to their own surprise party.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
But it's a lot of fun.
I'm sure it is. And I was asking you, and I'm sorry I don't remember the new young lady's name.
Catherine. Catherine Wiseman.
Catherine Wiseman, and
Yes.
you say she is delightful?
She is. Catherine Wiseman is our new marketing and membership director at the Tullahoma Chamber. She joined us in February. Actually, the week of our celebration was her very first week, so she kind of got thrown
Into the fire you go, young lady.
And she excelled. She did such a great job. And so, and then her very first coffee she ever attended at South Jackson Performing Arts Center, I was at a conference and she had to lead the coffee. And so
she did a good job.
She had
too.
never even attended one and was leading the coffee. And so we're very fortunate to have a great team in our office.
Good. And the corner is locked down strong.
Yes, we're doing well.
You there?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Anybody who ever has any questions about the chamber, we'd love to answer those questions. Come see us. Give us a call, 455-5497. We're in the downtown area here in Tullahoma and would love to serve you.
And how many members now?
479.
Are you kidding me?
I am not.
Oh, and I want to make a pitch to you singles out there, not single, married, unmarried, but single people who would like to be an individual member of the Chamber of Commerce. You can do that. You don't have to be a business.
That's right.
You can just be a supporter of what goes on in this community and the good stuff that the Chamber does. You can be part of that by being an individual member.
We do have several individual members.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
It's always a pleasure. I love a lady with a good handshake. That's another great thing about you. All right, we'll be back after these messages.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with disodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
Gracie and Pedro might not get along so well.
They're standing on my tail.
But there's one thing they agree on. There's a right seat for everyone.
Oh, that's the good stuff.
Whether you're a dog,
Hold on, Pooch.
a cat, a fish, or a rat.
And I'm a ferret.
Be sure to travel safe.
How can you be so sure? I'm absolutely positive.
On your next adventure, make sure your children are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
TV viewing land, we're so glad you joined us this morning for a moment of historical facts and fun and no fiction at all the true stuff that you like to enjoy. And you know, this day and time we have so many types of entertainment, and just what you're watching now is television coming right into your own home. And guess what? Before September of 1950, the only pictures that we could see besides our family album was at the movie theater. The movie theater. Almost a thing of the past, but now we, of course, in Tullahoma, have the cinema out here on North Jackson Street that has up-to-date movies. But years ago, years ago, that many of us don't even remember, there was a theater in Tullahoma in the 100 block of North Atlantic Street. I think the name of it was the Palace, and that block burned in the late 1800s, and it was rebuilt, and the building on the end of the first 100 block in North Atlantic Street at the corner of Grundy and Atlantic Street, they built a theater there. It was called the Strand Theater. They played in the afternoons from 2:30 to 4, and on Saturday they played from 1 o'clock to midnight. And it was traditional. Every Saturday they had a cowboy show at the Strand Theater. And the early days, and I can remember when I was a little boy, the movies were all silent, and they had a piano player down in the pit in front of the screen that if it was a cowboy show and the cowboys were chasing the Indian, boy, he would play fast, wild music. And if it was a movie of a love scene, he'd play soft, music that was tender and just put the audience in a frame of mind and the mood for whatever the picture show was. Well, with the coming of Camp Forrest in 1940 and 41, they built a new theater on Grundy Street, but behind the old Tullahoma Post Office and the First Christian Church, and it was named the Marshall Theater, named for Ms. R.T. Hill's mother, Mrs. Marshall, and it was supposed to be just a temporary structure, but it was used for many years later until it became such a really not an eyesore, but the roof was about to fall in, and it was going to be condemned because it was in such terrible shape. And also, they converted a furniture store, grocery store, on Lincoln Street and Wall Street that was called the Mecca Theater. There's an antique shop there at the present time, but these theaters operated around the clock, 365 days out of the year when Camp Forrest was going, from 1941 to 1946. And they were, they provided a place for those that couldn't get housing anywhere. They had water and restrooms and popcorn there so that people could enjoy it, and had first-rate run movies, and they were really, really great. The three theaters, they're all gone now, but they had a lot of memories, and a lot of people that went when they were youngsters said that they did their courting up in the balcony, and it was a great tribute to Tullahoma. And those of you that still remember the old theaters enjoyed them, and now we're having a theater in our own home with the advent of television. And that's not the end of the story, because we're coming back with more Millennium Moments in the future. Thank you for watching.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books, which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Senior Living. Active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
All right, we're back, and get a wide shot here. Go over. I want to see. I want to on the other side.
You want to see your Alzheimer's?
Yeah,
man?
look at, yeah. There he is. Uh-oh.
That wasn't.
There you go. That's the Purple Olympican back there, and I drew him up, and Minuteman made that statue for me down there for our Purple Olympics, Alzheimer's Tennessee. And of course, he's orange and purple, and that is going to be the first Saturday in May at the Tullahoma High School gym.
Good.
And this will be, I believe, our 6th one.
That's a wonderful program.
And it's a program for Alzheimer's Tennessee, and Alzheimer's Tennessee is local. We have a local office here. My wife Fran runs it for about 6 counties, and then there's office in Knoxville, Nashville, all spotted all over the state.
And when you donate money, it stays in Tennessee.
Stays here.
Or does it stay in Tullahoma?
Here's some video right here
Good.
of some of the stuff that happens. It's not just physical; it's mental too. We have puzzles, and we have timed events and guessing games, and we have a cakewalk. And the cakewalk is a prize walk that we have about usually 40 or 50 prizes.
Is a cakewalk where people
It's
sit
like
in
musical
chairs?
I put tape on the floor.
Oh, okay.
I put however many prizes we have.
Okay. And so you stand it on a number.
I put tape, and it might be 40. It's usually about 40 pieces of tape, and a big circle, and we start playing music, and it's musical chairs, and I reach in a bowl, call out a number.
But there's no chairs.
No chairs. You're walking.
You're walking.
You're walking. No, you're walking. It's physical.
It's physical. That's good.
I'm the only one that gets to sit. But then you go and there's a prize and you win it. And we have Mercantile Cafe, we have Piggies, we have London's, we have all kinds of different cake makers around town.
That's awesome.
Some people who make it from home. Feels so good up here. We'll have stuff from the Celtic Cup, just all kinds of people. Builder Supply usually gives us a shovel.
And all this is a first of...
It's the first, I think that's the third. First Saturday in May.
First Saturday in May.
First Saturday in May. Yeah.
Okay, I keep...
And so it starts at the high school. We have a high school horn band will be there to play the Olympic theme.
That's wonderful.
And we have a walk with a torch. And we usually have notable people. It might be the mayor. It might be different ones that carry the torch. We have adult tricycle races. It's just
that's fun.
It's not just physical. It's mental and physical. And Candy, Sister Candy, has jars with corks in it, or bottle caps in it, or
people guess how many.
And how many's in there, and it's just all kinds of stuff going on. And we want to thank the ROTC program, Marine ROTC program at the high school. Those young men are great volunteers and ladies.
Colonel Johnson does a wonderful job with them.
Colonel Johnson does a great job, and they come in and help us set up the night before, help us tear down. There's hot dogs and there's snacks to have, all free.
Oh, I think that's amazing.
It's a free event, but it's our big money raiser.
A chance to donate.
Huh? It's a chance to donate, and it's a chance to have a team. When I went to the one in Oak Ridge, of course they have a walk. We have so many walks. We decided we'd do something different, and families would come in with who had been touched by Alzheimer's or dementia, and have a family team. And our team was the Halleys, because that was my grandmother's name, Hallie Mae. And we had her picture on the T-shirt and everything.
Sweet.
And prizes are, awards. You're given awards for having a team. And most of the teams, what they do is raise money. It's to raise money. And have a bake sale or yard sale. Oh, and we'll be having our yard sale this year as well. So
Where does that take place?
that'll take place on the Markham Way, in between Microcraft and Dan Markham's building.
Okay.
There's a warehouse right there that's empty.
So
We'll have it there.
So you'll have it inside.
Tom Rideout takes care of that. And that's enough about that for right now, because we need to talk about jazz.
Jazz.
We're going to
all
bring a
that
jazz girl on here.
Carla Harris and from Atlanta and her quintet, 5 players, I believe. We'll be having a workshop at 1:30 for high school students in band and chorus, and they can bring their instrument. And Carla is fabulous.
All right, well, I think
let's watch her.
We got Carla.
That's the best we can do.
Bye. I think this might be goodbye.
When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. That's what I'll do. And pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind like a bridge over troubled water. Well, I will ease your muddy water. I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep in hollow log. Muddy water. Said I'd rather drink muddy water, sleep. I'd rather sleep. I'd rather sleep in a hollow log. Yes, I When Sunny gets blue, her eyes get gray and cloudy.